Hello everyone, it's your girl, the unspoken truth, Damilola.
And you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, the woke dealer, aka King Casso. And this is the series that I'm starting of thought-provoking conversation. You had a question for me?
I did. Reflect on how it's been since this is your first time visiting from leaving from Houston.
I was definitely really excited about coming back to Houston, but upon getting back here, it's been a energetic roller coaster, to be honest. And the way I feel truthfully is just that I've outgrown this space, and it's just something that is not fitting any longer as far as a piece when it comes to me being back here. I love this space. I love the people. I love the family that's here, my friends that's here, but it's just something that doesn't match anymore.
So how long did it take before you realized that this space isn't for you anymore?
It didn't really take long at all. I mean, I arrived at nighttime, so that was like the perfect time for me to really feel the vibration of the location, to be honest. And me being back in the nighttime, it kind of gave me a real insightful experience that just allowed me to really just soak everything in. And it was just like, it was not only dark physically around, but it felt heavy, it felt dark
Energetically.
Yeah,
I can definitely say I've felt the same energy that you're feeling. Like, Houston has not really been the same lately. It's something in the air with especially energy, and I don't know if it's more so the people, the seeds that people have planted in,
right.
that, when you bear fruit,
right, exactly.
it's like when you bear good fruit, the good things happen around you. But when you're just constantly putting out bad,
right.
the environment around you, begins to just
kind of become a catastrophe.
Of that.
It's very destructive. It's almost like there's traps set out everywhere you walk. It's some type of, whether it's an energy vampire or something that's gonna drain you energetically, and that's kind of how I feel. But I still love it. I love Houston. I'm always gonna be from Houston. I'm always gonna hold it down for H-Town at the end of the day. But it's just definitely a lot different.
Does your environment contribute to your future success in a way?
Yeah, I believe that. Okay, so your environment definitely contributes to who you are, how you are as a person in the end. But as I've always said to many other people, I believe that we're the filters of our life experience. So we get to choose how the experiences get filtered through our eyes, through our ears, through our nose, through our mouth, through our senses. We get to be the filter that kind of gets the information, throws away the trash, and keeps all the substance.
I definitely agree.
We get to be the ones. So, in the end, our experience definitely does contribute a lot to who we are, but our perception is more or less what really determines how we receive the experience from our environment or the people around us and the different things of that nature, because that's what shows up in your personality. That's what shows up in the way that you think and the way that you are in the end. That's how I see it.
And additionally, I feel like no matter what anybody has gone through, everyone has a story, everyone has pain, and not to sound less empathetic to everyone's story, but you get to a point where no matter what you've been through, it's your responsibility to either use that as fill or use that as an excuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to intentionally do the healing. And it's not, nowadays, like, our generation is like, okay, I'm healing. And it's not even more so about talking about it, but it's like, okay, you notice this situation triggered you, or it took you back to a feeling in the past that you haven't outgrown, and it's caused you to act a certain way. The healing part in that comes from moving differently. or just, handling the situation different rather than how you would have handled it from an unpaired place.
Right. Even just allowing yourself to kind of think it through and allow the thoughts and the emotions to come as one and be processed in a very intentional way so you can see through to the situation, opposed to allowing your emotions to take advantage of you, in the end. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Right.
I was definitely.
What would you say your definition of growth is?
Growth from the perspective of the person that's seeking it, I believe it's the steps that are scary to take that really aren't that scary. Those initial steps, those procrastination points in life.
Right.
Making progress or growing really only, I feel, shows up when you do those things, because the action is what makes you move. It's not about seeing far ahead and getting the result. It's actually just making some type of effort to getting to that point.
Presently.
Yeah, so growth I don't see it as the success part, getting to the very end or getting to the result of things, but it's about just making a step. And I believe how it shows up and how it looks as an end result is, a lot more patience, a lot more understanding, intention in the way that you move and the way that you think.
Right.
And it's in the end, it's like it's beneficial to you in just completion, in total. It's like when you're really growing, when you're really making progress, the gratitude that you express and the level of appreciation that you have in your spirit is almost like it's acceptance at the best, at its finest. And that's how I put it, for sure.
Acceptance at its finest.
Yeah.
But then actively taking the steps to know there's a better you.
Right.
Know there's better actions you can take. Know that, there's more way to develop your character rather than just just being comfortable in how you are now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because please don't get it misconstrued. I'm definitely not an advocate of the level of acceptance that doesn't allow you to make progress. The level of acceptance that's keeping you stagnant and not doing anything. That's a fake level of acceptance. That's looking in the mirror and seeing things that you don't like and then saying you're okay with it because you don't feel like putting the effort. That's not what I'm talking about. That's definitely the wrong thing, but it's definitely a level of processing and understanding of where you are and then where you want to go, and then putting in the action that it takes to get there.
Towards that.
Yep.
Or it might be crawling, depending on, what your pace is. Everyone has a different pace. You might look at the person next to you and notice that there's rapid growth, but you can't necessarily see that as competition, or you can't rush your pace because you see the progress of others.
Right.
You have to look at that as inspiration, like, I admire the work that person has done. I know that I have aspects in me that can, be on that same level.
Right.
And take the steps. And you might have to crawl. Somebody else, they're running, like y'all, different speeds. It's a marathon.
Right. And everybody has to start from somewhere. So if you're crawling now, you're only gonna build the muscle, build the balance, build those things, those components that allow you to move from crawling to stumbling, walking, or the next step. So just don't do too much comparison, but always keep yourself like you're primed for the next thing.